What's up YouTube, it's Louis here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video on Verasity. So we're going to take a look at the monthly time frame right now, and I can see that we actually closed on the 12 EMA exactly on it. So that's why now that we've opened this current candle, we're a bit below because we're potentially creating the wick. However, if we were to close a monthly candle below this 12 EMA, which is sitting at roughly 0.033 cent, then we could see a fall to the monthly at 0.0232 cents for Verasity. Now, for us to continue this bull market, we must stay above this 20 monthly EMA. As long as we're above this, we're good for continuation. Now let's take a look at the weekly time frame. So we haven't got a bearish cross yet. If we were to, of course, get one, it's a high probability that means that we're going to come down and retest and maybe have a scare where we fall down below, hopefully get back above. As long as we're above this wick over here, then we're good for continuation. So I'm going to draw that in. It's already drawn in. Perfect. Now I'm going to explain why this is very key. I'm going to get rid of these fibs right now for you. Of course, in the last Verasity video, I must have told you guys about this head and shoulders pattern. We met the target and I told you that we're potentially forming a double bottom, and this is what I still think is happening. We're waiting for that double bottom in and around here. We'll look at that on the daily time frame in a moment. But the reason why I have this level drawn out for you guys, this 0618, and I said that we want to stay above this wick, is because also, as long as you're above this, you've created a reversal wave. What should have happened when you came up to the 0618 here is you should have got rejected over here and then broken the lows and continued down into this bearish market, but you never got that. You held above the 618, creating that reversal wave. So that means that you are in the target for Verasity to 0.194 cents as long as you are above the 0618, and that is the nice swing low down here. So as long as we're above the swing low over here, we should continue up. And actually what is basically shouting or screaming that potentially that we don't need to come down a bit more is the 55 weekly EMA. It keeps creeping up. Can you see over here on this candle up here, you are on the 0618, but as the weeks go by, the longer you take to come down, the higher this eventually drags up, and we're coming into some sort of apex now. Can you see this trend line here and this over here? Some may say descending triangle. Let's just see it play out. If we do get a move to the downside, we must see 0618 and basically that 050. Of course, if you do lose your weekly EMA on any chart, on any market, the 55 weekly EMA is your bear market signal if you're to flip it into resistance, and we'd come down just like that basically. So we must hold this, and what's telling me that we will is that we've met this head and shoulders patterns target. So no reason for now to continue down unless we create a continuation pattern basically. Usually, not 100%, but usually once you finish one pattern, you then create another pattern that usually reverses it, because we're in an uptrend, right? This head and shoulders bringing you down after forming your new higher high, and what should have happened is you should come down to here, hold this previous swing high as a swing low, but you couldn't do that, so you should come to the other swing low, confirm that as support. Exactly what we were seeing for Bitcoin earlier on in the year, back in May time basically, when we came back to that low and everyone was saying, pretend this was the 28k line, 30k, everyone was saying, yeah, bear market, we're going to 20k, we're going to 10k, but it never broke that. So that's why I think that this is going to hold, because the 55 weekly EMA is sitting there. Of course, lose that and I think we'll get a wick down to the 0618 where we must hold and get back above the weekly 55 for continuation in this bull market for Trias. Just made a Trias video for Verasity. So that's what I'm seeing right now. We'll go into a bit more detail, but I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please smash the like button. We're trying to help this channel reach 1.5k subscribers by the end of February, and I know that we can do it because not even in October we had over 300 subscribers. So thank you guys for supporting the channel and always coming back and watching it. So I'm going to draw in that golden pocket now. We must hold this, must stay above this. You can see it was previous resistance here, resistance, support, lost it, resistance, got above it, support. So if we were to wick down, that's where I'm looking at. Let's go to the daily time frame, try and look at this double bottom we've been talking about. So I'm going to get rid of the 12 now because I just want to focus on the other EMAs, but to be honest, at the moment they're not really saying too much other than we are below the 200, which means we should be looking for sells, and so that means that we should put a lower low. If we fail to put a lower low, there's higher chances that we do come back and test this 200 to try and break it, and we would do that by basically forming this double bottom that we're seeing right now, where the 200 is essentially your neckline, and this is the first bottom, your neckline here, and then your second bottom forming right now. Yes, you are below the 0786 and you're currently below this support, which basically means you are on a target to the 0618, but the weekly 55 can say otherwise. It can step in and hold us up as it is right now. But of course, looking at swing highs and swing lows, this is your next technical target, and that's the 0618, which would be your target anyway after losing the 0786 fib. So that's the daily time frame. I am watching out for this double bottom over here. Now let's go to the 4 hour, see if there's anything else before we head off. So yeah, just the same point basically, that on the daily time frame we had the 200 there, 4 hour we're having it there as well. So of course, if this basically means that we are in a downtrend, so because of that we should expect to see further downside and for this low to break. But again, just to reiterate the point, if you fail to break this low, there's a higher chance you do end up coming back up, try and break this neckline, break above, confirming it as support and heading up, meeting technical targets. So I will put in that neckline for you right now. So this is your neckline. We must break above this. I'm going to get the fibs out as well actually. So from here to here, yeah, so well, could have it a little bit low because this is a bull trap, to be honest. So yeah, from the, I don't know if you can see that really, from the bodies up here back to that 0618. So we need to get above this level, 0.04 to 0.042. This is the level that we need to watch out for, Verasity, and so we need to get above this basically to meet the 1618 at 0.066 cents. You can see once you got above that 618, you couldn't hold it as support, but even before you came back to test support, you came all the way to that 1414, showing you the volatility, how quickly this is going to get moving once the suppression is done, because we're in some sort of accumulation right now and price is being suppressed, and that's why we keep falling from the EMAs. And so technically speaking, you should make lower lows, but if we are in accumulation, we're just ranging basically, and that's what we can see, going to support, resistance, support, resistance, support. So we are looking for this double bottom. Of course, if we were to lose this low, I can get you some technical targets to the downside, because we have now broken below the 618, creating a reversal wave, because you've come up impulsively, you're meant to correct to the 618 and then come back up, break the 0 point and go to that 1618 up there. However, we need to look at it from both perspectives, and at the moment you did lose the 0618, you hit your head on it as resistance, that you're holding it support, amazing for continuation, then you lost it and flipped the floor into the ceiling, negative. Now when you come to the 786, we want to see it bounce above the 0618, which you did here, but you got rejected. So this is basically saying that if we do lose the 786 right now, we're minimal going to come to the one at 0.030 for Verasity. And if you were to lose that, but you don't have to, you can create a double bottom, and this is what I say in most of my videos with the fibs, you can create a double bottom if you fail to lose this low. But if you do lose that low, you should come to these technical targets. You can come to any of them, but you would be watching out for this. However, just because this is your target, 0.0235 cent, it doesn't mean it has to be met. You can see that 1414 is exactly on that 0618. So it could be that you just come down to here, get a wick off, and then climb back up. But if we were to continue down, because that is a possibility, something like this, reverse, continuation, we're ready for that basically, and we must hold this zone to see Verasity reach our 19 cent target for this bull run. Perfect guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one.